they surface. Spot them again.
So they're here?
Yeah, he was right here.
And usually they surface?
Yep. They'll go down, rest on the bottom.
There's one of those.
There's a little circle to our left.
There's one.
There he is. There he is.
Estamos aqui em Crystal River, na Flórida, é um local de nascentes de água doce que se encontra com o mar. Estamos aqui muito obrigados num bed and breakfast, é uma pousada americana. A gente está agora prestes a tomar nosso café da manhã, seguir para procurar os Manatees.
A pousada Blue Lagoon fica na beira da água e estamos bem à vontade com nossos novos amigos americanos. A capitã Mary Morgan nos conta como será o dia.
Whenever you're ready, we'll get on the boat and get out in the water.
What we need, just wetsuits and fins and masks?
Wetsuit, yeah. No, we generally don't use fins because it stirs up the bottom and makes it more turbid and decreases visibility for everybody. So we like our swimmers just to use mask and snorkel.
That's great, yes. Okay, let's do that.
Let's get it going.
Bom, aqui começa a aventura. A gente vai agora embarcar, o barco da Mary, e agora a gente vai seguir em busca dos manatees, nosso peixe-boi, que aqui com certeza eles são muito mais interessantes, porque chega muito perto deles.
Welcome. Come on aboard. Watch your step.
Acho até um manatee na água aqui. É bem cedo ainda, umas 7h40 da manhã, o sol tá bem no nosso rosto, lá embaixo, mas parece que a gente tá vendo.
But because he's putting his customers in, you know, we can't
Get him, yeah.
get him.
They don't flee from tourists.
Not usually, unless the tourists are very agitated in the water. Many of the tourists are beginners and they don't know how to dive or snorkel, and or the manatee comes up to breathe and they see how big it is and they're like, you know, they move too much, and then
So
the manatee goes away. Yeah. So we always tell people you want to lay very, very still in the water.
A experiência é fantástica, pois navegamos entre as belas casas dos canais de Crystal River em busca dos manatees, ou peixe-boi.
When you see a manatee, you want to stop about a body length away and just stop and look at the manatee. If you're very, very still, they'll be curious and they'll come to you.
Really?
Yes, not all of them, but there are some that will come to you, and they've been known to nibble on ladies' hair or somebody's arm, nibble up the arm. So their teeth, they have molars in the back of their mouth. I mean, they're not going to hurt you at all.
They're not going to take a bite or something.
No, no, no.
Nós já vimos o primeiro manatee nosso, que é muito bacana, que era uma mãe com um filhotinho amamentando. A gente não pôde entrar na água porque eles estavam em movimento. Essa região é interessante porque eles ficam aqui dentro, esses bichos. Então você tem vários barcos aqui, turistas vendo, procurando, cada um respeita o outro, encontra e sem muito impacto, mergulham, não pode ficar muito próximo, ficar no máximo a um corpo de distância do animal. Para a água agora, dá uma checada aqui nessas nascentes de água.
I have talked to people who have lived in Crystal River for a long period of time, people 80 years old plus, and they say when they were younger, there weren't many manatees here. They might see 1 or 2 a year. We have about 50 manatees that stay over all summer, and on a cold winter night we'll have some 700 plus manatees right in our bay.
Manatee season is November 15th through March 31st, but of course the manatee don't have a calendar. They're typically here when the Gulf of Mexico chills down to about 68 degrees, then they have to come into the warm springs to keep from getting hypothermic, and the best time to view the manatee is to get out on the water on the coldest day. And we have a lot of people that don't want the coldest day, but that's the best time because the manatee have to have that 72 degrees or 22 Celsius degree spring to stay warm.
nascente Three Sisters, Três Irmãs. Tem um monte de gente na água, mas tem um manati lá embaixo, a gente vai filmar. E a água cristalina, realmente é um rio de cristal.
A água é fria e o movimento dos outros visitantes levantou o sedimento do fundo, o que deixou a água um tanto turva. Mesmo assim, o encontro com esse gigante gentil é mágico.
I'd always read every morning in the newspaper, come swim with the manatees. And I thought, oh, this is just an advertising ploy. I thought there's no manatees you swim with. I moved up here to Crystal River about 4 years ago. And it's not a story, they are here.
I have had people say coming here topped Disney. Yeah, if you like nature, this is amazing. And you know, manatees are actually a lot like people. Some manatees like to play with you.
Particularly if they get the opportunity to just touch that animal, it's like a big wow. Just they get so excited.
And they'll come up. I have seen pictures of a manatee playing with the goggles that people have, the masks. I had an experience where I was out and I just dangled my fingers over the kayak and a manatee baby come up and was nuzzling my fingers. I mean, the experience is just amazing.
This is the only place in the entire world that you can actually swim with them, a supervised swim.
Saw some manatees. It's beautiful.
Muito bonito. Um bichão enorme, parado no fundo, comendo. Maravilhoso, uma experiência fantástica. O local já é muito bonito, mesmo sem os animais. Com o animal na água, então, paraíso. Para quem gosta de água, quem gosta de natureza, realmente é um paraíso.
And that makes them all the more want to protect it and do what they can to help with the conservation of the manatee.
And that's what I want to do every day, is make sure that their welfare is maintained and looked after. It's beautiful.
You have to understand that manatees have absolutely no natural enemies but one. And you know who you are. There is no record of a shark attack or an alligator attack on a manatee. Accordingly, they have no instinctive fear. They have no instinctive defense system. We know how manatees die. Virtually all of them that die are autopsied. We know what gets them. And it runs in thirds. 1/3 human caused. Sometimes boats, fishing line, plastic bottles, all those things can do their damage. But anyway, 1/3 of manatee deaths are human caused.
How's that bird called? I got the bird underwater.
Cormorant with the orange cheeks and the hooked
Yes.
bill is cormorant.
I assume the fish and then this bird. It's not a fish, it's a bird. I think I got it too. That's great.
O lugar é muito bem conservado e as regras são bem claras. Seguimos por um dos braços do rio em busca de algumas das muitas nascentes de Crystal River.
The river used to be totally crystal clear all the way from start to finish. They say you could flip a coin, drop it on the bottom 7 or 8 feet down and you could tell if it was heads or tails. But it's no longer that clear. The springs are clear, but the environment, the people, the pollution has changed it over the years. Well, I think it's time for us to stop for lunch. And we're going to go on into the bed and breakfast.
Para nossa surpresa, o marido de Mary pesquisou e preparou um almoço com comidas latinas para nos agradar. Em seguida, fomos visitar sua base no rio, com loja, escritório, de onde saem os caiaques para passeios por toda a região. Aliás, uma das maneiras mais gostosas de aproveitar esse paraíso é remando no pôr do sol.
So this will be like a mini resort. During the season, a lot of foreigners come here that have heard about the manatees and they want it, like it's registered as one of the top 10 things to do before you die. with National Geographic. And it is one of the top 10 things that should be on your bucket list, and this is the only place in the world that you can do that.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been to Crystal River. Lived in Florida my entire life. I've been here on business to visit dive centers when I was a dive rep, but first time I've been on the water here. It's beautiful.
Esse é um dos serviços que a América oferece, é levar os turistas, levar as pessoas que querem para um passeio de barco muito bacana, agradável, para assistir o pôr do sol. E ela ainda oferece um lanche espetacular, um tempero deve estar maravilhoso.
It's beautiful. Just a lovely evening out here tonight. Nice breeze, low humidity. Love it.
Welcome to NAUI Worldwide. This is where everything happens for NAUI. Let me show you around real quick. This is Diane. Unlike many organizations, when you call, you get an automated voice. We have a real person answering the phone in NAUI. So this is the customer service area. Anybody that sends in a request for certification or a new registration as far as a new member is concerned, or even registering students or insurance, that all comes through and is managed by these four ladies here. And then this is the communications department, communications area. Christy primarily does all the graphic design, all of the ads for NAUI, as well as works on a lot of our social media stuff. And then we have Angie. Angie's our managing editor for Sources, and also works a lot of our member newsletters and all of the general communications that occur within NAUI to our members and to the general public. And our illustrious leader walking the hallways. And Kathy, our operations manager. But if you really want to see where everything occurs, this is the place. This is the warehouse. So this is where all the orders that are processed that come in, where they're packaged and where they're shipped out around the globe. And the guys behind closed doors back here, looking all relaxed. Terrence Heisel is our director of training, and then Jim Gunderson is our training manager. They make sure that all those members out there are meeting the standards that are set up for NAUI, and monitor those on a daily basis to make sure that we're providing the best trained divers and best trained instructors in the industry. And then Dallas Emerson, our executive director, basically the individual who is overall responsible for NAUI Worldwide.
I was in Brazil last August. I was very impressed with the enthusiasm and the professionalism of the members. Our headquarters there are run, of course, by Jornada and Lika. They do a phenomenal job. I could see the respect they got from the members there and the enthusiasm they brought. So it's just, NAUI is a great organization, and thank you to all our members in Brazil who work so hard and get out there and teach every day. Thank you.
So that's NAUI headquarters in a nutshell. Not a lot of people to manage this worldwide organization, but we think we do a pretty good job of doing that, and we appreciate all the support that the members provide us around the world.
NAUI is the oldest international certifying agency in the world. NAUI really got it all started in terms of training. NAUI was born out of a desire of our founders to establish some training standards and parameters around scuba diving to keep it safe. So NAUI's whole development and foundation was for keeping diving safe. They started NAUI as a not-for-profit training organization. So we are here to serve the diving industry, serve our members in a couple of different ways. Number one, our mission is to provide the highest quality training possible so that divers are safe, and then to protect and preserve the marine environment. That is NAUI's mission. So that right there is so fundamental to what NAUI is as an organization. Now, as a professional instructor, what I love is the academic freedom we have to teach. When you go through a NAUI instructor training course, you are taught to be a professional educator, and that is a significant difference. If I had a message to the diving world, it would simply be this: we need to promote as professionals continuing education. It's good for the safety of our students, it's good for the growth of our businesses, and it's good for the growth and safety of the industry. And for divers, dive consumers, don't stop at basic scuba diver. You need to continue on, get your advanced and get your rescue training done.
Após visitarmos a sede mundial da NAUI, seguimos para um dos principais pontos turísticos da cidade de Tampa, o Florida Aquarium. Aqui, vários ambientes naturais são reproduzidos. O bacana desse programa, oferecido pelo Florida Aquarium, é não apenas encontrar intimamente diversos animais marinhos, mas também se tornar uma atração para o público visitante.
The Florida Aquarium in downtown Tampa is home to more than 20,000 species of plants and animals that range from native species to Florida as well as species from around the world. So the Indo-Pacific, the Indian Ocean, Madagascar, from all over. The way the aquarium is set up as far as touring goes is you start your journey in the wetlands habitat that takes you through what you typically see in wild Florida. And it follows a drop of water so into the bays and beaches where you would see stingrays and different other native species to Florida, and then finally into the coral reef where you go into deeper water where you'd find sand tiger sharks and sea turtles. We have thousands of reef fishes in our largest exhibit, which is the coral reef exhibit.
A diversão é garantida para toda a família, e o melhor é que instituições como esta ensinam sobre a vida natural e também educam sobre a importância da preservação do meio ambiente. Os visitantes podem ver como as pesquisas são realizadas e têm a oportunidade de interagir de maneira segura e respeitosa com animais diversos.
Agora a gente vai fazer um mergulho muito interessante com tubarões. E aqui nós temos o Jorge, que nos está nos recebendo e ajudando a fazer essa atividade muito interessante. So Jorge, what are you going to do now?
We're going to go dive with the sharks. It's an amazing experience where you get to go in the aquarium, in the tank, using scuba gear. That is the best program we have. We also have swim with the sharks, which is a very interesting experience for people who are not scuba certified. It's a great family activity with kids. It's a great thing to do.
Okay.
Aqui o público pode ter uma verdadeira aula de biologia, de uma maneira muito divertida, como num jogo de perguntas e respostas, que são respondidas pelos mergulhadores. Os vários tanques são repletos de belos e exóticos animais marinhos.
Olha que bacana, a gente estava vendo o show antes, um show muito interessante que eles fazem interativo com as pessoas, e agora a gente vai estar podendo experimentar como é que é do outro lado do aquário.
Agora nós vamos virar peixinhos e vamos poder ver aqui do lado de fora e nós lá dentro mergulhando com os tubarões, as raias.
It's very safe. These sharks are extremely safe. The sand tiger sharks are very popular in aquariums because they're so easygoing and they do well in small environments like this. It's a very good place for the sharks. The aquarium is actually working on breeding them to restore them in the wild. So we're doing a great job with that.
O maior tanque do Florida Aquarium, onde mergulhamos, é o dos grandes animais marinhos do Atlântico, que é cheio de tubarões, tartarugas, peixes e arraias. Este programa de mergulho foi criado para desmistificar o medo das criaturas marinhas e transmitir uma mensagem de preservação aos visitantes.
A big part of the mission of the aquarium is to come up with education about sharks. Sharks are amazing creatures that are fundamental for the reef and for the environment. we need to change the perception in people about sharks. Sharks are fundamental predators in this huge ecosystem which is the ocean. And unfortunately, we kill hundreds of thousands of sharks every year because we're ill-informed, because nobody's vouching for them.
Quem não é certificado pode flutuar respirando com esse equipamento.
Foi muito bacana, legal mergulhar com os tubarões, eles passando pertinho na cabeça da gente.
Realmente é muito interessante. É uma forma de você conhecer, estar perto dos bichos grandes, tubarões, arraias, de uma forma assim interativa. Você não pode tocar naturalmente, mas isso é muito interessante poder estar convivendo com eles no mesmo ambiente e sem risco nenhum, totalmente tranquilo. So you receive people from all over the world?
We do. We have people from Europe, from Asia, from South America. It's incredible the amount of people that will come here to explore and experience things like this, being able to swim with the sharks and dive with the sharks. We recommend people to be able to swim, to do the swim with the sharks and the fish, and to be able to do the dive with the sharks, all they have to do is be 15 years old and have a scuba certification from a recognized agency anywhere in the world.
It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. You did very well, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Realmente muito interessante. Quem vier para cá, para Tampa, nessa região, tem que me visitar e tem que participar desse programa, porque é muito, muito bacana poder estar com os bichos enormes, totalmente controlado, totalmente sem risco e um monte de diversão.
The reason I work here is because protecting and restoring the blue planet is what I want to do with my life. So I've been involved with scuba diving, I've been involved with business and maritime. So the reason I'm here is because this place is doing something for the community and it's teaching in addition to being an attraction. So it's not just about being an attraction and having visitors, but it's about giving something to them. And in this case, it's education.
Things like our added-on experiences as well as the educational components of our exhibit path. We want people to get up close with nature. We want them to learn about it. We want them to even touch them with some of our touch experiences with our stingrays and our bamboo sharks, because when people can create that connection, they're going to care more for the environment and want to save it. And we also have a lot of conservation programs that we're working out in the field to kind of help the natural environment. So we have a coral restoration, coral reef and restoration program, a sea turtle rescue, rehab and release program, as well as shark research programs to help save. These are 3 critical species that we're working to save in the wild.